my mindset about how or what I make shifted around my own appetite around what I consume. Like, the reality is I don't want to watch a 2-hour movie anymore. Like, barely ever. I spend more time on YouTube, either, 2 to 10 minute kind of interesting conversations, learning things. But the reality is it's mostly chopped up content that I get to kind of arrange myself. So that's changed how I think about making things. Like, if I don't watch 2-hour films, why would I put so much effort into making 2-hour films? I bet some of the best content, so to speak, would be what happens down at AA, where it's just someone being authentic. It's somebody going through something. It's somebody actually in a process of change or transformation. And that's what is compelling. So to see someone make all of the messy mistakes of thinking and growing, and I guess this sort of thing is just talking. Thank God we don't have to see all the fuck ups in action. But I know over the last five or 6 years, a lot of the people and stuff I've watched, and the only things I've found compelling are people a lot of times I wouldn't share with anyone else, because it's so raw that it's bordering on, like, I don't know if most people could wade through it. I want to entwine the process of what I do with just sort of how I am. Work isn't some place I go into a building and shut off the rest.
To be somebody different.
Right. What keeps me engaged in my art or the things I'm doing right now is this quality of looseness, where I don't feel so desperate to build a cage around it or monetize it or formalize it. And I'm trying to find the appropriate balance of still having something. I do want to build an audience. I do want to have...
You've talked to me about those, not micro audience, but a very custom... You're not trying to get as many people as you can, mm-hmm. right? You're trying to get a certain kind of people.
Changing the approach to film to be something that is more locally grounded and more utility-based or value-based in some ways. Like, the shit people make is not valuable. Like, even when you have the best artistry in the world serving it, like, you're talking about a film that won Sundance or something. Like, Lee was telling me he was channel surfing, and he landed on Showtime or something for a minute or two, and it was he started describing this film, and I recognized it as the film, I think it won Sundance or something this year. But he was like, it was just like 12 Marines butt fucking in a shower, and it was just like forget how you feel about the specifics of it. Just the artistry goes in service of things that are traumatizing, or things that are upsetting, or things that are irrelevant to most people's lives. And so I don't know, that hooks me a lot, is why do we spend so much time making the things that are pointless instead?
And why do you think that is?
Because it pays.
Okay.
Why
do you think it pays? If it's
it
not
buys complicity.
If it's
it buys your silence and complicity, and your.
So it's not paying because it is feeding the appetite that's out there.
That I can't really say. My personal spiritual feeling on it, who knows what's being talked about at different levels, but my personal spiritual feeling is that the reason I can make $40,000 on a whatever commercial is not because I'm such a high level player that no one else in the world can do this, or that it's generating that much value and everybody just makes it's not that. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know that the process of taking the money so that you can buy the house and have the mortgage is what gets you to say, just shut the fuck up.